Game, match. Two simple words, right? But then, when you watch sports in English, you understand the game itself, but not always the language. Which one should you use? Sometimes I hear people say things like, I watched a baseball match. And yeah, it's understandable, but not so natural. So what's the difference? When do you say game? And when do you say match? And how do native speakers actually talk about sports in everyday English? How about win, lose, and beat? That's what we're going to look at today.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 1021, Win, Lose, Beat. How to talk about sports in English. Let's start with something that confuses a lot of English learners, and that is the difference between game and match. In American English, we usually use the word game for major sports like baseball, basketball, and American football. Like you would say, hey, did you watch the Yankees game last night? Or the Lakers have a game tonight. On the other hand, match is more commonly used for sports like tennis, boxing, and European football. You know, soccer. For example, I watched a tennis match yesterday, or that was a great soccer match. So here's the key point. In American English, we usually don't say things like baseball match or basketball match. We say baseball game or basketball game. If you say baseball match, people will understand you, but it sounds a little unnatural, like the Yankees are about to play Wimbledon. So a simple way to remember this is use game for most American sports and use match for sports like tennis, boxing, and soccer. By the way, I'm not a huge sports expert, but I am an English expert, so let's focus on how people actually talk. And let's move on to the word play. We use play when we talk about two teams or players competing. Play doesn't tell us who won. It just tells us that the game happened or will happen. For example, you might say, the Yankees played the Angels last night. Or in soccer, Barcelona played Real Madrid yesterday. Or in basketball, the Lakers are playing the Bulls tonight. You can also ask questions like, who is Barcelona playing this weekend? Or who did they play last night? So remember, play is neutral. It just describes the game, not the results. Next up is win. We use win when we want to talk about the team or player with the better result in the game. For example, Barcelona won the game, or the Lakers won last night. You could also say Serena Williams won the match if you're talking about tennis. You can include the score too. The most natural pattern is to say the winning team and then the score, just the numbers. For example, Barcelona won 3-2. Notice that we usually just say the numbers, especially in casual conversation. So you'll often hear things like, oh, they won 3-2, or we won 5-4, or the Yankees beat the Red Sox 5-3. Keep in mind, when we use win, we're talking about the game or the match, not the other team. So, you can say Barcelona won the game, or just Barcelona won. But we don't say Barcelona won Real Madrid. That doesn't sound natural. Now, let's look at lose. Lose is the opposite of win. We use lose for the team or player that did not win. For example, Real Madrid lost the game, or the Bulls lost last night. Here too, you can also include the score. Real Madrid lost 2-1, or the Bulls lost 102-98. And keep in mind, lose is a verb, so you can say the Yankees lost the game, or just the Yankees lost. But we don't say the Yankees was lost the game. That's not natural. Just use the verb. The Yankees lost. Next, let's look at beat. This is one of the most useful words in sports English. We use beat when we want to clearly say who the winner is and who lost in one sentence. For example, Barcelona beat Real Madrid. The Lakers beat the Bulls. The Yankees beat the Angels 5-2. So compare these. Barcelona won. We don't mention the other team. Real Madrid lost. We don't mention the winner. Barcelona beat Real Madrid. Here we show both sides. That's why beat is so useful. Now, let's look at one quick example from baseball just so you can understand the vocabulary if you hear it. You might hear something like, the Angels got 2 runs in the 3rd inning. In baseball, runs are like points or goals in other sports. We don't use points or goals in baseball. We say runs. You might hear something like, the pitcher gave up 2 runs, or the Yankees got 3 runs. Even if you don't follow baseball, I think it's good to recognize these words. So let's recap. First, remember that in American English, we usually say game for sports like baseball and basketball, and match for sports like tennis, boxing, and soccer. We use play to talk about the game itself. Barcelona played Real Madrid. We use win for the team or player with the better result. Barcelona won. We use lose for the other side. Real Madrid lost. And we use beat to clearly show both sides. Barcelona beat Real Madrid. So remember, we win the game, lose the game, but we beat the other team. These are simple words, but they're used all the time in everyday English, especially when people talk about sports. So, here's your challenge. This week, if you watch a game, or even just see a score online, try describing it in English. You can say things like, the Lakers beat the Bulls. Manchester City won. Chelsea lost last night. That's how you start making this kind of English natural. And keep in mind, the best way to remember English like this, and any other word or phrase in English, is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, thanks for listening. And remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.